So, welcome to the show where we start with hello. Okay, so I know that I am currently alone on this live. Um, but welcome to the live for whoever will watch it afterwards. Welcome. Hello, welcome. It seems I have a person in the house, but I don't even know if this is just YouTube kind of like creating a fake audience or not because every single time I've been going live, this is like my fourth time, I think now, maybe. And my maximum viewership has been like three, I think, or maybe it was two. Um, but then afterwards, when I looked at the analytics after the live is over, it didn't show that I had any views. But anyway, I didn't have any like, I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, so workplace woes. So I just wanted to come on here very quickly, not take too long. See, now it's gone down to zero. Not take too long, and just talk about workplace woes. It's 10:10. Make a wish, and talk about two different things ever since I have started working in an office space. So I've been working in an office space for like 3 weeks now, and I've definitely noticed some things in the process of being in this office space. And the two things that I wanted to talk about was on the one hand, uh, productivity and you owning the productivity that you need to have or maintain while you're at work. And on the other hand, I wanted to talk about, not even on the other hand, second thing is I wanted to talk about incompetent bosses. So I am currently in my personal office. I don't have an office, so the kitchen is kind of my workspace. So I've closed the door so I feel like, it's my place. And regarding the first point that I wanted to talk about, the whole you need to maintain, you need to own your productivity within your workspace. So something that I've noticed ever since working here, and also something that I've noticed, my whole life, even being in school as well. I'm someone who, when I come to work or in an area that's made for work, that's what I want to do. I don't want really to socialize. I don't feel like it. I want to work. That's what I want to do. I want to work because this is the place that it's for. Because I'm also not the kind of person that likes to take work home, particularly. I don't like to, yeah, I mean, the thing is, when I go home, I still work, but I do it just because I feel like it, not because I have to. And so, because of that, I really want to make sure that when I go to work, I do that. I work. So I don't really like to, and I've never been even in school the type of person to shoot the shit more than to work at school or at work. Um, but in the world, it's like we have a majority of people. Yeah, the majority of people are more socially inclined, even in the workplace or in a study area. So at school, like we all have the memory of being at school, and the majority of people are more chit chatting, and then you have the the handful of studious. I'm not coming here to chat. It's not that I won't chat, but I'll chat to you during the break. That kind of thing. I'll chat to you after class. I'll chat to you in that situation, but not while I'm supposed to be working. While I'm working, I want you to fuck off. Very Capricorn energy. I'm a Capricorn rising. I have Mars in Capricorn, Venus in Capricorn, Neptune and Uranus in Capricorn. I have Juno in Capricorn. I have a lot of shit in Capricorn. Capricorn energy is very strong in me. And so, very much when it comes to work, I don't really feel like chatting with. I don't play with it. I don't play with it. This is more from the perspective of someone who considers themselves to be, ooh, my connection is unstable. Okay, they want me to wait while they try to reconnect me. Okay, I think I'm reconnected. So yeah, okay, let me move along. 15 minutes tops. So yeah, one of the things that I've noticed in the workplace is just something that already exists in school, in a school environment, or just any workshop environment, any place that's just kind of made for work. You're always going to have chit chatters who are going to want to like distract you from working, and like, when they're bored they want to come to you to hang out because they're bored. And so this is an incident that happened like literally 5 minutes ago. And I was just like to my coworker like in the office. And we're in one I'm in an office space where there's different businesses. And so this coworker that I'm not going to identify, specifically, we're not in the same business, but we're in the same office. And yeah, so anyway, so yeah, she came to me and she was like, yeah, started chatting, blah blah blah, and being the kind of person who's who has the energy where you want to focus when you're at work or in a school environment, in a study environment, you and if you've been this way your whole life, or even if you've just started being this way, I just realized my voice was kind of loud, so I was like, shut up a little bit. Even if you've just started being this way, the moment you start to become more focused, you have this like heightened awareness of how unfocused other people are, or how much of a distraction people can be or can try to be. And so, it's really your place and it's your job to make sure that you're not distracted by other people, because that you're not distracted by other people, and that you also set those boundaries with people and you make them understand that you're busy working, and nothing against you, but this is what I came here for. So this is exactly what I said to her. She came and she was like, yeah, so she was like asking me a question. It was like, I can have a quick conversation with you as you're walking past. That's totally fine, but this conversation is not going to dominate my time, because my time must be dominated by work. That is why I'm here. That's why I want to be here, you know, to work, not to chat. So like, and I love to chat. I enjoy socializing, but let's do that after work or during the break. Um, so anyway, like yeah, so it was just like she started talking, saying things, and then she opened the door, and then I was like, she explained why she opened the door, and I explained to her, oh well, I please like close the door because I don't have an office space, and because I'm working, I just want to have the space like feel more private, so I can feel more focused as I work. And then she's like, "Oh, okay, okay. Well, I actually wanted to come, like kill time with you, but now that you say that you're gonna work, yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, I want to work. I came to work. This is what I came here for." And even the way that I said that to her, and I guess I'm being kind of nice, I'm being apologetic, like, "Sorry that I can't focus on you while I'm supposed to be focusing on work." I mean, you don't have to have the particular approach, but that's my vibe. But in any case, still made it clear that, honey, you gotta go because I gotta work. So yeah, that's one thing. You have to maintain your own productivity, your own priorities, and that's within the workplace as well as without. But yeah, just because now I am in a workplace environment and I'm just like, this is so interesting how this is not any different from anything else. Yeah. So yeah, so this is one point. And the second point is point number two. Number two. Point number two is the incompetent bosses, lol. So like maybe this is harsh, and maybe I'm overstating things when I'm saying incompetent bosses. Hello. Okay. Person popped in and out. I was just about to greet your ass. I'm sick. I've been sick for the past 2 days. I have a cold, and I'm not the kind of person to get colds. I mean, I don't get sick very often. And yeah, so anyway, I've had a cold. Okay, 10 minutes in, 5 more minutes, and then I'm out because I gotta work. Oh, well, this is also work, which is why I'm allowing myself to do this. Uh, oh, shit. during my work hours. So, excuse me, apologies. Oh shit, it's okay. So we keep moving. Um, right. So regarding incompetent bosses, like I was saying, maybe it's a little bit harsh to say that. I don't know if you're noticing me glistening. It's not just that my skin is, glowing. It's also that it's due from sweat. It's fucking hot here. It's unbearably hot. But anyway, yeah. So when I mean incompetent bosses, it's like if you are someone who has initiative, if you are an employee with initiative, with not just initiative, but I guess you could say you have vision of your own. You have an awareness that you are a leader. You are a thought leader. So what I mean by that is that you're proactive in your thinking, you're proactive in your actions. You create. You don't just execute. You don't only execute, but you equally are someone who puts out stuff. So when you are someone who puts out work and organization, you even if you then even if you have a position of being someone else's like employee or whatever, because you have that creator instinct. And by the way, every single person in the world has this, just not everyone lives by it. Not everyone is as aware of their creator instinct, but when you have that creator instinct and that creator mindset, that organizational thinking, what happens is that you understand what it takes to make things function. You understand the ins and outs of leadership. You understand the power dynamics involved in leadership. Um, yeah, and you understand the different ways that people behave when they feel empowered, when they don't feel empowered by the process of creating, organizing. I hope that this is making sense. Um, but pretty much what I'm trying to say is that when you yourself are someone who creates, you know what's good and what's not. You know what is efficient and what's not. You know what works and what doesn't because you have experience in the process of creation, organizing, putting things together, and you understand the tasks that need to be handled, the detail orientation that goes into that, the efficiency that's required to make things run smoothly. You have a grasp on it. And it doesn't mean that you can't improve because you can and you must and you will, but you already have that grasp. So this is all to say that I consider myself, I'm a creator of things. And that was a part of what I studied, that's a part of what I intend. Um, and one of the reasons why I especially wanted to work under someone else is to gain more experience so that I have, again, more knowledge for when I'm going to launch my personal businesses. Um, but nevertheless, as I'm here and I'm learning in this process that has been set into motion by someone else, so that's being led by someone else, even though I am under someone else's leadership, it doesn't change the fact that I have my own view of things and that I have my own awareness of what is efficient, what is not, what works, what doesn't, what is proactive, what is not. Um, and so, in the process, ever since I've been working here, I've kind of noticed this thing of like sometimes I feel as though I'm the one who needs to put things into motion. I'm the one who's thinking of certain things that need to be done to add to the efficiency of things. And you know what? Like, there's nothing wrong with that because obviously you hire people that can help you make things better, improve what you bring to the table. Absolutely. And I'm not discounting that. Um, it does feel, however, that I feel sometimes as though I have more of a finger on the trigger than the person who is leading me in the situation. And then what happens with that is that like I've been reminding myself that you know what, like you want to commit to this and you should and you must, But remember that this is not yours. You don't have to stress yourself about that. You don't need to stress yourself about that, about the fact that you're potentially working with under the leadership of someone who potentially is not as competent as you are and is also not as open to acknowledging that as you are. Because one of the things that I've noticed is that, like, this person under the this person that whose leadership I'm currently under, um, may not always be open to acknowledging certain things, and that's something that doesn't necessarily work in their favor. And I would definitely just, I mean, like, not that I'm putting it like on them or anything. What I mean is, like, I'm not like saying, oh my god, like blah blah. I'm really trying to embrace obedience in this job. I'm really trying to embrace, like, being of good service, just really being good at being a servant. Like, those are qualities that I really want to embrace and learn and embody, because they're key to success. They're key to success. They're key to humility. They're key to really understanding how to, I don't know, make the best out of every situation. And so, something that I feel that I have learned, and I started to touch on this, and I'm gonna just elaborate on that, is like, yeah, you don't need to stress yourself as that employee who potentially feels that you have aspects of what you bring to the table are that perhaps have more of a leadership quality. And it's kind of like you feel like, okay, well, I shouldn't even be saying this. This is what my boss should be telling me. But I'm proposing it because it hasn't been said. Um, it hasn't been brought up yet. And perhaps I feel that, it should be brought up. Because I don't know, it feels like something that I know needs to be done. And I'm not going to act on it before I have been told to do this. So I'm going to bring it up. And sometimes, like, I feel like, okay, I'm really not trying to take over your position or anything like that. I just wonder if this is not something that we need to address or look at and blah, blah. And yeah, so I bring those things up, but beyond that, if it falls on deaf ears or something like that, well, first of all, I'm the one who's working in the situation, and do I want to work in a situation where things that I say are falling on deaf ears? And it depends. It depends on what do I feel like I'm gaining from this situation. And one thing that I know that I'm not going to lose from the situation is sleep over things that are not my purview. This is not my organization. It's not my project. It's something that I've joined and that I'm committing to because the vision aligns with also where I'm going in my life. Um, and I'm going to give my all. But I'm not the type of person who's afraid of when I don't feel served in the situation anymore. And I really try to be as kind about it as possible. Like, really not kind of like I took what I wanted from you and I've sucked you dry and now I'm gone. No, 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 no. I want to leave you, filled to the brim with possibilities so you can go forward knowing that, okay, we had a good relationship. It's come to its terms and we advance. But anyway, this is all just to say that potentially incompetent bosses, it's a nickname. It's just about, like, what do you feel you're getting from the situation? Because I definitely feel like there's a lot to learn in terms of learning about obedience, really, from being under a supposedly incompetent boss. Learning about obedience, learning about patience, learning about loyalty. Obviously, it's like you have your personal standards, your personal boundaries, and you need to put that into play as you're, in the situation. Um, But yeah, you just need to measure these things out for yourself. Do I feel like I'm going against myself in staying in this situation? Yeah, so where I am currently personally, I really don't think so. And also, I'm someone who, I guess you could say, I don't know, I'm not even gonna say I'm nitpicky. I'm not nitpicky. I really notice the little things, and maybe someone else wouldn't have noticed what I've noticed. Maybe they would have. Because I'm just kind of looking at the grand scheme of things, you know. Uh, is it the end of the world at this point where I am? No. I am just noticing it. And I have felt moments of frustration ever since I started this job because of this, like, oh my God, I feel like, why can't you? And then I was like, okay, honey, this is when I was like, you don't need to stress yourself over this. This is not yours. And as much as you are a part of this and you want to make the brand of this place, um, stronger and better because again the vision is going towards everything we want, uh, yeah, like you don't need to take on the burdens of stress of someone that is beyond your control or things that are beyond your control, you know. You really don't need to. Just, you know, do your best, do your job, and again do your best, do your best, do your job, and again do your best for yourself and your ultimate idea of where you're going in life. In life. So do yourself, do your best, do yourself, do your job, do your best, do you, and bye boo. So thank you so much. Have a lovely day.